Aloha, welcome back to Aina Bear Farm. Just wanted to do a relatively quick update on our pasture to food forest conversion. Not only have I been around the farm more due to the social distancing measures, but it was also my work vacation the last couple weeks, so I was out here doing a lot of clearing. So we're up close to the high point of the property right now, and you can see how much I've cleared with the brush cutter. I've planted a few things. We've got a couple new things, but mostly this will just be an update to kind of document how clear everything is, some of the new sight lines, and then we'll take a peek at a few things that have put on some new growth since the last video. We've got one of our younger bananas coming in nice and strong. Up here, our white sapote has finally woken up a little bit. So you can see the new reddish leaves popping out of the top there. That's pretty exciting. Looks like it's gonna be very happy, expand on its size a good bit. As we come down, you can see the ulu breadfruit tree down there is putting on height and bulk at the moment. Pretty stoked about that. Our mango, which was maybe the second plant that we ever planted in our food forest, is just sort of patiently waiting, I think, for warmer days. Most of our days recently have been kind of mid-70s, a little cloudier, especially in the afternoon. So I think the mango may be waiting for some 80 to plus temperatures to get back to its growth spurts. As we're coming up through the top area, this is our black sapote that is putting on a lot of nice new growth. You can see some height and then some spreading branches as well, so that's pretty exciting, looking good. Our dwarf jackfruit, just steady as she goes, puts out these new leaves just every few days, and then as it continues to branch out, just creates more and more photosynthesis power, feeds it. One thing that's new here is you can see the red tea leaves going down. These I use as markers. This particular marker is for a sight line, because what I've done is that from the left of these tea leaves over to about these trees here, this is an area that I want to keep relatively open. I may keep some of this grass just for the production of straw, and may put some crops in there or some lower trees, but I want to maintain the really gorgeous view of the ocean out there for the middle of the food forest, so that you can still come out here and get some sun and just kind of enjoy the openness of that area. So meanwhile, all this that's been cleared all the way down the hill will be filled in with trees. So cut through, this is our second tier. The neighbor gave us a few bananas that I think made it into the last video, some of which haven't quite popped yet, but you can see just a little bit of green inside there. That guy's getting ready to wake up, so that's exciting. The last video that we posted talked about some water feature ideas, so this is where we're coming up on an area where we're going to keep marked off for a future little waterfall and pond. As we head back this way, here's our star apple, starting to put on lots of new little leaves. You can see the beautiful golden color of the new leaves. It's really great. It got sort of battered by the winter winds up here, lost a lot of its leaves that it had, so it'll get back to looking nice and full. There's another black sapote also putting on good growth. down to some of the newer areas that we've cleared. So now I'm heading through the third tier, going across the contours here to, this is a new plant that we purchased, a Z1 abiyu. Very different from the gray abiyu plant that we have. Much larger leaves, a little more full. This was covered in flowers, which I stripped off so that it would have less transplant shock and just really focus on its leaf and trunk production, root production, all that stuff, so get it growing really nicely. So this is a new area though, since the last video, that has been cleared. I've put little sticks in here, places like that, to mark where we'll have support type trees. I've already put some lucina in here. There's a macnut that's been there for a while, but it was surrounded by grass. From here you can see a tiny little lucina that's been put in. It'll be nitrogen fixing, shade producing, biomass producing. And then we've got some tiny plants, like this is a rambutan that we grew from seed. Now this is another sight line here with the red tea leaves that also follows an area that I want to keep clear from this side over. Same idea, I'll either keep it as grass or maybe crops or low-lying fruit, because this is a sight line from the front of our house. I just want to keep that view open as well. This is all freshly cleared, and so where we're at the moment is establishing a path through the central part to create two separate field areas. And I think here I mapped out I can fit about 5 full-size fruit trees, and the lower portion probably about the same. And then in between those we'll zigzag in all the little support species. So opening this up opens us up for about 10 new good-sized trees to go in. It also opened up some land features. You can see it's quite a dip there. Natural berm goes down to a low point right where that banana is. You can see the banana down there, but this is a natural low point in the property. And then it goes up into this berm. Now on the other side of the berm is a very serious drop. Might be hard to see, but it really drops off here. This is a ridge, so this is a ridge line trail. Pardon the wind. But yeah, this is like a high point where it slopes off of both sides. So this is the only trail that we've started so far that's not 100% on contour. Just another way of making trails where you can reduce erosion and also just make it easier to get around. As far as that slope downwards, we'll probably have to be putting in some terracing to get down that way and put some more productive trees and plants down there. As we make our way back around, let's see, this is our standard Tahitian ulu breadfruit. Popping a new leaf off the top there. Oh, we did get a bunch of Mexican sunflower, which I know I showed a little bit of in the last video, but show how they're starting to wake up now. You can see here, this is just a cutting. Stick it in the ground, and as promised, a week later it starts shooting out leaves. So really excited about those to produce biomass for chop and drop. And then if we let them go, they'll produce really gorgeous sunflowers. We've also been just constantly upgrading our pig exclusion strategy is very low tech. And so, well, we have barbed wire around the entire perimeter of the food forest. They obviously can go right under that. So in some spots where they were frequenting, I've put in some extra hog wire. Here I put red tea leaf plants in as an extra support. I'm all for having living fences whenever possible, or at least having that as an element. And so here, the tea leaf is just hopefully going to root, branch out, or leaf out, and then just hold that hog wire in place. Some places we've really had to go just super unaesthetic. Just found like that piece of metal laying around, jammed it in there just to stop them. I mean, I've noticed so far the pigs are very lazy. The slightest little impediment will discourage them from trying to get in that way. Now, so far that's worked because then they just go and find another way in. They may get more aggressive once they feel like they've been completely locked out, and then we'll deal with that as it comes. Here's our star fruit, putting on lots of new little growth. It's pretty exciting. And the big happy comfrey next to the star fruit. We've got also some of the pre-existing trees that were on our property. The lychee has a little bit of fruit on it, and then the avocado. We have two really big avocado trees that are both going crazy right now, producing flowers and lots of little baby avocados. So a lot of exciting stuff happening. Behind me is our little finger lime, looking pretty happy. We are going to continue to clear. We'll finish the couple of paths that we've worked on, work on some of our other paths, and we'll continue kind of heading that way, which is mostly west across the contour, or with the contour, I should say. And then the goal is, after we clear this, while the grass is down, we can come in and dig out holes in the grass to put our support trees in, like I did here, where you can see the sticks popping out at different spots, to mark off where things are going to be. So even spots where maybe I don't have something that's going to go in there right away, we'll at least be able to mark it off for the future, and then I won't have to come back and sort of search and do a lot of extra work to figure out where I wanted things. We'll be putting in some more fruit trees that we've been growing from seed. We have Verlinia, some more soursop. We have some mangosteen. They are really tiny, so it's going to be quite a while before they go in, and we're still trying to get a hold of some larger ones via purchase. And then the rest will be, I think, mostly nitrogen fixing. We have some air layers going on our lychee. We have Puakeni, which is a beautiful flowering tree that we would like to propagate. So yeah, a lot going on, a lot to be adding. We'll keep you updated with anything interesting going on. Hope you all out there are staying happy, safe, sane, healthy, all those things. Come back and check out some future updates. We'll see you here next time. Aina Bear Farm. Aloha.